Hello beautiful and welcome to Mawaheb home. Today is finally the day that I am going to be burn testing the KERASOY and S41 blend along with the KERASOY on its own and compare which candle performs the best, the S41 and KERASOY blend or the KERASOY on its own. I've literally written down everything that I need pre-burn test, and honestly I'm so excited because I've been so patient wanting to film this video, not only for you but also to note down everything that I see in these two candles. Just to give you a little bit of a debrief, the KERASOY candle wax, I am using 8% fragrance load and I heated the wax to 80 degrees Celsius, which is a little bit too high, but thankfully I didn't burn my wax or anything like that. I also poured my fragrance in at 60 degrees Celsius, which is what I usually do for my KERASOY, and I also poured the wax and the fragrance mixture into the candle container at 55 degrees, which is usually after 2 minutes of me mixing. I made this candle with you about 2 weeks ago now, and let's give it a good sniff. Oh, coconut lime is the fragrance that I could literally burn all year round. I love this fragrance. I love burning a fragrance during this time of year, spring, summer. Some of my colleagues say that it smells like a pina colada. Let me know what you think about the coconut lime fragrance from Cozy Owl and if that resembles a pina colada drink. I don't drink for religious reasons, but I have had a mocktail of a pina colada, and honestly I could say it does come close. And it just smells so good, you guys. Right, for the next candle, which is this one, this is a blend of KERASOY and S41. If you haven't seen neither of these videos, then I'll link them down below for you guys to watch. But the blend of KERASOY is 90% in this candle, and I've got 10% of S41, and it smells just as good as the KERASOY on its own, to be honest. I wouldn't say there's a massive difference in cold throw. They just smell so good. And one of the reasons why I like coconut lime, because the cold throw of it is absolutely incredible. The coconut lime fragrance from Cozy Owl is a very strong scent, as in even without me burning them, you guys, for 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks I think now, because we've waited, the sitting room, you can literally smell it as you pass by the candle without it burning, which is absolutely incredible. As you guys can see here, the tops are pretty smooth. It looks incredible, amazing. I couldn't ask for a better tops. I didn't have to heat gun the tops or anything like that. The wicks that I have in both of the candles are 2 times TB8. For the S41 and the KERASOY blend, to give you a bit of a debrief, I have heated up my wax to 63 degrees and I have poured my fragrance oil at 60 degrees Celsius, and I also poured my wax at 55 degrees Celsius. Literally very much similar to the KERASOY candle on its own. Now I've got my phone right here with me, so we can literally put our first hour of burn. Let me just make sure I set it correctly. Before I begin the burn test journey, you guys, I have a measuring scale, and what I do is I take the obviously you tear your scale and then you place your candle onto your scale to measure the wax prior your burn test, and then at the end of your 4 hours you place it back onto your measuring scale and see how much wax you've burnt off, which I find pretty incredible. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna burn them for the first 2 hours in the same room, and then after I'll separate them because I'd want to test the hot throw. I've noticed over the period of time when I am burning candles with the same scent in one place, I get an incredible hot throw, but as soon as I start separating them so they work on their own, I get a lot less of a hot throw than I usually do when I'm burning 2 or 3 or more candles together at once. I have got my S41 and KERASOY blend 2 TB8 wicks, and this is for the first hour burn, you guys. I am honestly so excited. If only my heart is literally beating so fast because of how excited I am to literally burn test these. And I'm of course going to note down every hour of the process because, as you know, I am into my S41 now, and I'm slowly getting rid of the KERASOY wax that I have in my stock room, so I completely move and transition to S41. But I thought, why not work around KERASOY and S41 since I have some KERASOY left, so it would be nice to just experiment with the candles. So I'm gonna note down the time, and I'm gonna note down first hour burn, and then I'll come back and I'll see you for the first hour burn. I'm incredibly excited. First hour burn, let's take down some notes, shall we? This is the blend of S41 and KERASOY. As you guys can see here, I am almost at a full melt pool on the first hour burn. I still have a wall of wax on the side, as you guys can see here, but other than that, it is almost at a full melt pool. The flame heights are actually not too bad. I wouldn't consider these a high flame or a low flame, so I think they are actually a very good size of a flame. And moving on to KERASOY, I have more wax on the sides of the container than the blend of S41 and KERASOY, which is interesting. In terms of mushrooming, there's actually no mushrooming on both the candles, which is pretty amazing. Considering I am using 2 wicks, the flame on this one was flickering a little bit, and so was this one. But then it calms down and kind of goes back to steady. As you guys can see here, the KERASOY here is pretty steady, and then the S41 and the KERASOY went steady as well, which is not too bad. I will welcome this. It's not a consistent flicker where I'm worried about it, or where it's going really high and it's giving off soot. So far so good. Also, in terms of the hot throw, smells delicious. It smells so good in here. I am going to separate them on the second hour burn, but I just wanted to look and compare the flame heights, mushrooming, sooting, which candle is burning faster, and so on and so forth. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna note down everything that I see and everything that I'd want my candle to improve on in the next burn test. As you guys know, I'm no longer going to be testing with KERASOY. I think I have come to a very good decision that I am no longer going to use it, and I'm going to stick with the S41 from now on. I also ordered big bulks of S41. I ordered a 25 kg worth of it, so looking forward to receiving that soon so I can continue testing with the S41. But to be honest with you guys, it's looking really good, and I will see you on the second hour burn. And this is for the second hour burn. The room smells incredible. I wish you could smell what I'm smelling right now through my camera lens. As you guys can see here, the flame heights are still really good if you can compare the two, as you guys can see there. No mushrooming on the wicks. Also, there's no soot being released on the 2 candles, which is amazing. The flame heights are actually pretty good. I quite like the flame height on this because it's not high where it's above the candle container, and it's not too low where my wick will actually switch itself off. A really good wick performance in terms of no mushrooming, no sooting. It's actually absolutely incredible. Of course, I'm gonna have a full melt pool by the second and the first hour burn because I am using 2 wicks in my candles, and to be quite honest, I think 2 wicks work so much better for me in my 30 centiliter rather than 1 wick. My 20 centiliter works so well with 1 wick, but my 30 centiliter I do struggle with 1 wick, so I quite like having 2 wicks in my 30 centiliter. There is a slight flicker on the flames that goes for both candles, but it's not consistent, it's not vigorous or aggressive, where again the flame height is going so high or so low. So I'm actually pretty happy with the results of this. I think if I was to test the S41 and the KERASOY again in one blend, I think I'd like to do 20% S41 and 80% KERASOY and see how that performs. I think just by looking at the flame heights and how there isn't any mushrooming or sooting by both candles, I actually pretty think this is a really good burn test for the candles. We are only on the second hour burn, so I can't be judging too soon, but what I'm gonna do from here is separate both candles, and I'll see you on the third hour burn. And this is for the third hour burn. As you know, I've separated the candles now, and the blend of KERASOY and S41, you guys, it's like a chef's kiss. It smells so good in my bedroom. I love the way it smells. I love the coconut lime. I love how also the fragrance is not so overpowering where it gives you a headache. I love that you can smell the coconut and then you can smell the citrus from the lime. It's just, oh, you guys, I could speak about this fragrance for a very long time. Literally, you guys, look at all my notes that I've been taking. This is from the last 2 hours, and this will be my 3rd hour onwards. But should we take a closer look on our candle? So here's my candle. Sorry, let me get rid of my makeup. You guys, I'm in love with the flame heights on these. I love that these are not dangerous flame. I love that I also have my window open and the little breeze is not affecting how high the flame go. As you guys know, when you've got a candle and there's a window open and just there's a little bit more wind in your household, it could affect also how strong the flame reacts to that. And I love how with a little bit of breeze in my room from the window being open, the flame height is steady, it's good. It does have a slight flicker, but again, it's not aggressive or vigorous where I'm really worried about it. And I love that the flame heights are not too low either, where it's going to switch itself off. The one con that I would put for this candle is if I was to burn it with only 1 wick, I would have a lot less wax burn. But because I enjoy working with 2 wicks in my 30 centiliter, it does burn a little bit more wax more than 1 wick. But other than that, I'm honestly super happy with it. The wicks are curling, but this is very normal for TB and Stabilo wicks. Also CL wicks, I believe, do that as well. So I'm not too worried about the wicks switching itself off, even though if it's curling towards the melt pool. Also, as you guys can see here, there are no mushrooming. For the second candle, this is burning in my parents' bedroom. The window is also open in my parents' bedroom, but don't worry, there's nothing like curtains or anything dangerous that could be flying in the room that could cause a potential fire. Thank God, and God forbid we wouldn't want any of that to happen when our candles are burning. Let's talk about the candles a little bit more. The flame heights I really like. As you guys can see, there is a little dance on the flames, but genuinely these are not dances that worry me or I'm concerned about, because again, these flame heights are not going high where it's becoming dangerous or even sooting. As for mushrooming, I actually don't have any mushrooming on my candle, as you guys can see here, but obviously the wick is curling in towards the melt pool, which is again normal for the wick series that I'm using. I touched on it previously about the melt pool. I would obviously like my candle to burn a little bit slower, but honestly with the results that I'm getting with 2 wicks, I'm pretty happy with a little bit more wax to be burnt than 1 wick. I will try figure out different type of blends with soy and coconut or soy and rapeseed and see if I can slow down how much wax I'm burning within the burn time of my candle. But for now, I'm actually pretty happy with this. Again, the hot throw, I would like it to be a little bit more stronger like the one in my bedroom, but other than that, it's working absolutely incredible. I know how much you guys love my burn test videos, and I love that you can give me your opinion and your thoughts on these candles. Obviously you can't smell it, so you can't help me there, but please let me know what you see in terms of flame height, mushrooming, wicks, and everything that you can see on camera. And this is for the last hour burn, you guys. Burn testing candles is a full-on full-time job. Let me know if you agree, because honestly I feel like I'm having to constantly making sure these candles are okay, making sure obviously it's safe. It's just a full-on full-time job. But for the last hour burn, I'm gonna bring you closer to the candle, which I have right here. Here is the candle. As you guys can see, I think I've got barely anything to add, to be quite honest, because I'm enjoying how the flames look so good. Like, let me show you guys from afar how it looks. Like the flame heights are not going above the candle jar where it's, you know, a dangerous flame. It's just there's nothing for me new to add, to be honest. I mean, no mushroom, no sitting. The hot throw is very consistent and still going strong. I'm really enjoying the burn test of the blend of KERASOY and S41. And S41 on its own has an incredible hot throw and cold throw performance, so I'm pretty happy with the wax in total. KERASOY also has the same qualities as S41. The only difference is KERASOY is a lot harder to wick than S41. Right, my lovelies, as for the candle that's burning in my mom's bedroom, like I said, there are windows opened in the house because it is very warm in London today. and we are not complaining. We are super happy with the blue skies and the sunshine. Also, I've got nothing much to add as well, you guys. Flame heights is good. I've got a full melt pool, as we should by the 4th hour burn, but I know we did have a full melt pool on the 1st hour burn, so because we are using 2 wicks, so that's fine. Hot throw is also still consistent, but I do think the S41 and the KERASOY blend stronger hot throw than I do with this one. I've given both of my candles a rest. They're no longer on. I'm just going to place them to the side, wait for the wax to fully cool down, and then I'm going to measure how much wax I've burned off and compare pre-burn test to 4 hours worth of burn testing, and that would be my first round of burn testing. I will try and film again tomorrow and show you guys the second round of burn testing to see if there's any major changes. I think that would be a very good clip to put onto the video, so you guys can have an idea if there's any difference between the first round of burn testing and the second round of burn testing. Now back to my thoughts. I actually don't think I've seen a massive difference between both candles. I feel like they pretty much had the same results. The only thing is one candle had a stronger hot throw than the other candle, which is the S41 and KERASOY blend. But honestly, you guys, I'm pretty happy with today's burn test. I think it went really well. For me, this is a successful burn test because I didn't experience any sooting. I didn't experience the flame heights going higher than the jar or angry flames. I didn't experience any mushrooming, even though yes, my candle is burning a little bit faster than I do with 1 wick, but that doesn't bother me until I figure out a way to slow down how much wax I'm burning. Overall, I'm very happy. Let me know your thoughts on what you saw in today's video. When I was buying the S41 wax the other day, I actually noticed that the wax is microwavable, which I find super helpful. And the reason why I say that is because in the future I have an idea of refillable candles. So instead of actually buying a candle each time, I can sell a refillable candle. I just need to figure out how I can make that process. I didn't notice that earlier about the S41 wax, so I thought I'd just let you guys know too, and let you know my little idea that I had for it. And I'm really excited for the world and for you to experience these candles. Honestly, I'm just so excited for the future. As long as I work on it, and as long as I'm consistent, and as long as I keep track on my burn testing, I think we should be fine. Okay, my love, so when you want to start your second round of burn testing, what you'll do is you'll go back to your measuring scale, and this is the KERASOY candle, and this is 520 grams. And yesterday, let me just go back to my notes really quickly, this measured 444 grams, and right now we are 519 grams. Let's check the KERASOY and the soy blend. So back to 0, 521 grams, and this was 546 grams worth of wax on the first round of burn testing. So give or take, they're actually the same. They burn off the same amount of wax. From here, you'll note down what you just saw on your measuring scale. You trim your wicks, and then you start your second round of burn testing. And there you go, lovelies. This is the 1st hour burn for the second round of burn testing. So I don't make this video the longest video in the world, but I do want to show you snippets of how the candle is reacting, if there's any change or difference between the first round of burn testing and the second round of burn testing. Look at the flame heights over here, you guys. I actually pretty like the flame heights on this. When I did the first round of burn testing yesterday, the flame heights were actually slightly higher than this. It wasn't a bad flame height if you guys look back at the video when I first turned these candles on, but this looks really good. I'll check in with you guys in an hour or two, and I'll let you know if I've seen any changes. It has been 2 hours since I've burned these candles. The flame heights are pretty consistent. The window is open in my room, so there is a slight breeze that's coming into the bedroom, which is why you could see a slight flicker, but that flicker is not something that I'm worried about. With the flame flickering, it's not going high or it's not sooting, so I actually welcome this type of flicker. If it's consistent, if it's aggressive, if it's going higher than the actual jar, then that would be a candle that will fail my testing. But this is actually pretty good, actually, you guys. The flame heights are really good, no mushrooming, and again, no sooting. Quite like that. Anyway, you guys, I'm not gonna keep you here for any longer with my burn testing, but I hope I've given you an idea of how the second round of burn testing is going. I actually need to go sleep very soon. I've got work tomorrow, but let me know your thoughts. Please make sure that you click on that subscribe button down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up, comment, like, share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.